about Pacquiao Broner? They're fighting.
Pacquiao who?
Adrien Broner.
Oh, Broner's fighting Pacquiao? Wow. But Manny's a beast, man. Broner's speed, his technique, his movement. I mean, the guy's a stud. But Manny is just a... As long as you don't get caught with the lucky punch, I see Manny winning by decision.
Broner and Pacquiao.
Yeah.
Do you think Broner can win that fight, or is that a mismatch?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you never know what to expect with Broner, really. Got to see him get in the ring first, but it's a decent fight.
What chances is he? I mean, is he a huge underdog in your favor? Is it more of a pick-em to you? How do you fancy it?
I'll make Pacquiao the favourite, but you know, Broner's decent. Depends what weight it's at. I don't think he's a real 147, but nor's Pacquiao.
Broner, Pacquiao. Break it down.
Pacquiao, you know, it's not indicative. The Matisse fight's not indicative of what he might have left, because Matisse had nothing left. So don't go by that. I don't know how much Pacquiao has left, but you might find out in the Broner fight, because Broner's young enough and physical enough and talented enough and fast enough where if he's right for that fight, if he's in shape and mentally right for that fight, he could give Pacquiao more than he expected.
Pacquiao apparently got a 2-fight deal going, supposed to fight Broner, then Floyd Mayweather.
Is that the plan?
That is the plan, from what I've heard. But it's supposed to be Broner in January, Floyd after that.
Man.
Does he get past Broner? I mean...
does Pacquiao get past Broner? It's going to be a good fight. That's the Mayweather blueprint. He's been doing that for years. He throw the young guy out there, let me see what happens. So he gets an opportunity to sit ringside and watch both guys. They beat up on each other a little bit. And then the guy that comes out on top, who has the most buzz, he goes in and capitalizes on the situation, which is smart. But he's done this before. He did this with Andre Berto. He did this with Broner several times. Like, he's put Broner out there several times to see what the other guy was working with. To see, man, let me sit ringside or let me watch from home to see kind of what Maidana's looking like. Let me see if Broner can beat him. Then if Broner beats Pacquiao, naturally, what are people gonna be asking for?
Broner and Floyd.
Hello. And if Pacquiao beats Broner, people are gonna say, well, maybe I'll give Pacquiao Mayweather another chance.
Pacquiao Broner.
Yeah, that's a good fight.
What do you think?
I think it's an even fight.
Why?
I think it's an even fight. Manny Pacquiao is older now. We haven't seen him knock somebody out in a long time before he knocked out Matisse. Broner they're two naturally smaller guys coming up, so that makes it even. Broner's not the biggest hitter. He's not really busy, but he's younger. He could probably beat him to the punch, pick him apart. All set Manny Pacquiao's timing. I think it's just gonna come down to if Broner could keep up with Manny Pacquiao's output. Because a lot of people think that Manny Pacquiao is gonna outwork him and win the fight.
Done for January. What do you make of that? You fought Broner. You sparred Manny.
I think it's a gauge for Manny. You know, we're gonna see where Manny's at right now. So
how does it play out though?
Manny wins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people are doubtful.
Doubtful of Manny.
Yeah.
Manny wins
because they don't know if that was really him in the Matisse fight or if Matisse didn't show up.
No, that was him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was him. Yeah. I think. We've seen a consistent Manny. The inconsistency we've seen is it's fault to our own. We're expecting, you know, 35-year-old, 33-year-old Manny to get in the ring, and it's just not that anymore, you know. But we've seen a consistency in terms of his offensive game is still there. It's just, you know, we're saying he doesn't have the killer instinct anymore, but he's still consistent in terms of how much work he puts in through the rounds and winning the rounds, you know. So with that being said, I think he beats Adrien Broner.
By the way, you saw Manny Pacquiao was going to fight Broner.
Yeah, I saw this news today.
What did you think?
It will be interesting. Because all fights with Adrien Broner, it's interesting.
You had a great trilogy with Manny Pacquiao. Yeah. He's supposed to be fighting, I believe, Broner and then Floyd. What do you think of all? Do you think he beats Broner?
It is what it is. I don't know. I really don't know. you know, whatever you got going over there. I mean, I'm focused over here with everything I got going on, but that's crazy news. I think it's a good fight, you know, with Broner. If Broner shows up, I think he can get back a good fight, you know. Pac is always, you know, electrifying. You know, you saw his last fight. I think it'll be a good fight.
You know Pacquiao well. You saw plenty of his fights up close. Who wins that fight in January?
Broner and Pacquiao. Because I haven't seen Pacquiao in quite some. Has he been active? He hasn't been active.
He fought this year. He got a knockout. First time in 10 years.
With who?
Lucas Matisse.
Okay, I know. Yeah. It's still a tough fight to call. It's a tough fight. It's a good fight. I'll watch it, though.
You think Broner could pull it off, though, Ray?
He's very talented.
Never lets his hands go, though.
Yes, well, he has to make that change.
Pacquiao Broner, I think Pacquiao takes it. I think he's the most experienced fighter out of the two, and
you fought both. You're the only guy that I know that fought both, right?
Yeah, I'd have to say Pacquiao takes it.
How do you compare their speed, their power? Who hits harder?
Who hits harder? I'd say Pacquiao's a stronger fighter and the faster and explosive.
Is there anything that Broner does better than Manny?
Talks a lot of smack.
Okay. No, boxing-wise, in the ring.
No, I know. I would have to say.
I mean, footwork, stamina, defense.
It's just,
intelligence.
I mean, it's two different fighters. You know, it's two different fighters. You can't really compare them one another because they fight differently. It's just two different styles. I mean, when it comes to defense, they're both good. They're defensive. Pacquiao's just faster with everything he does. Now, when it comes to the offense, I'd say it's just two different styles you can't compare. So if you say who does it better, it's just Manny Pacquiao is on another level because he's faster, he's explosive, he's very versatile, and he fights in angles, you know?
I'm leaning towards Broner. I think the youth, the power, the hunger, he has to win this one.
I mean, Manny Pacquiao is hungry as well. I mean, he wants to prove himself.
And the winner of this fight has a major fight coming.
That's what I was going to say. I mean, he wins this fight, he fights Floyd Mayweather. So, I mean, he has a reason.
Yeah.
He has an extra incentive on why to win this fight. So I mean, either way you look at it, it's going to be a good fight.
Okay.
I think Manny takes it. You think Broner takes it, or it's 50-50, we'll find out.
How do you think that fight goes with Broner and Pacquiao?
I think it's a good fight. And, you know, depending on what Pacquiao has left, you know, Broner has an issue with closing the gap without punches. He likes to come in and then punch. And Pacquiao has these long punches he likes to throw that can prevent you from ever finding your range, you know? So, for a guy like Broner, who has that style. But then again, you know, we'll see how Pacquiao's legs may not be as good anymore, so Broner may be able to close that gap. And then if he's able to close the gap, Broner's very good on the inside. When he closes that gap, he throws those, you know, creative combinations. You know, it's good stuff by Broner too. So you know, my common sense tells me Pacquiao fights at range and he does well. But is his age catching up to him? I think if Pacquiao has the old legs, I don't think Broner ever gets near him. But if Pacquiao has his old legs, meaning the legs he used to have, not the old legs.
Right.
But if Pacquiao has old legs, then Broner may be able to close the gap, and then it's a tougher fight, and probably Broner wins.
Recently got announced was Pacquiao and Broner. What was your breakdown of that? Or your thoughts?
I actually think that's a good fight. See, I've seen Broner when Broner shows up and fights, you know, he gets in shape and he can fight. He's got talent. You know, he still has talent. He hasn't had a good win in some time, but I mean, he just had, you know, some difficult fights. He fought me a year ago, and I boxed him well. I had a good game plan, and I beat him. Then he fought Jesse Vargas, and it seems like he kind of started a little slow and wasn't enough, you know, to get the win. They came to a draw. They fought to a draw. So, I mean, whenever he does fight, he does have, you know, skills, and I think he'll put up a very good fight against Manny because he has speed, he's got combinations, he's got power. But I do think Manny wins. I think Manny wins. I think he wins by decision. I think he throws more punches, and that volume is something that kind of hurts Adrien Broner. If you throw enough punches, Adrien stays on the defensive side of things, too much. So I think Manny takes it.
So overall, but you're not like saying, you're still giving Broner like some strong credit.
I think he could actually, you know, fight very well. I don't know if he could win. I mean, he's got power to do it. He's got speed to do it. I don't know if he's gonna be able to apply it because Manny still has plenty left. I mean, he's fast combinations, you know. So I still think Manny takes it, but in a good fight.